Hello, 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 everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the Stuck in Reality podcast with yours truly, Nick Marquis. We're going on just a little bit early, just to see if we're going to have any technical issues today by not streaming from the page. So if um, if I'm live on my page, hopefully we're streaming live from the personal page and also the Stuck in Reality page as well. So let me know where you're tuning in from. If it's not tuning in from my personal page, please let me know that. And I think we're good to go because I think somebody just told me that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Wherever you're tuning in from, whether you're watching from Facebook um, or also listening from Spotify, Apple, and also iHeart Radio. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Stuck in Reality podcast. Come on in today because the topic is a good one. We're going to be talking about ladies. We have to stop playing mental defense in order to experience peaceful offense. Again, stop playing mental defense in order to experience peaceful offense. So come on in. I'm going to let you guys come in. Tell me where you're tuning in from, who you are, and we'll get started in just a minute while you guys come in. We got about 4 minutes. So come on in, say what's up, and hopefully everybody's had a productive day today. So come on in, guys. Waiting on you guys to come in a little bit, and then we'll get started. What we got out there? And again, if it's your first time tuning in, tune in every Tuesday at 7 p.m. right here on the Stuck in Reality podcast with yours truly, Nick Marquis. 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We will be going live. So we got a couple of people coming on in. And again, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Tune into the podcast wherever you tune in from. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's on YouTube, Stuck in Reality Podcast. Make sure you subscribe there as well. Eventually, we're going to go straight to YouTube, but right now, um, hey, what's going on, Shalonda? Thanks for tuning in. Who else we got out there? I know it's a little bit early, a couple of minutes early today. Again, I want to open up a questionnaire for whatever questions you may have after I elaborate on the topic. Any questions you may have about relationships, dating, marriage, definitely want to open those up to you so you can ask those and get some insight from me today on those topics. But yeah, ladies, stop playing mental defense in order to experience peaceful offense. And the thing about it, I was just listening to, not listening to, I was watching the NBA playoffs. And me being a basketball player, formerly, not professionally or anything like that, but I used to ball. Um, I recognized that with defense, you can play great defense, but if you don't have offense to go along with it, there's no way that you can win games. You can if you have enough offense, your defense can be okay and you still be able to win a game. But you cannot have defense without offense if you want to win games, especially sports wise. So I kind of thought about that thing for a while and I was like, I think our ladies are playing just strictly defense right now. Uh, with the statistics the way that they are right now, with one of every four black women marrying, period, 25% marital rate for black women, we are playing defense. We're not getting on offense at all. So it's just like, let's just put that in perspective. It's just like in basketball, once you play defense, you're supposed to be able to get on offense. What's going on, Cynthia? And try to score. But what our ladies are doing is we're playing defense and then handing the ball right back to the opposite team and saying, hey, try to score on me again. And we'll play defense and, hey, here you go, hand the ball back. So what I mean by that is you have to get on the offensive end of things and you have to look at things in a optimistically, positive outlook on how you view men, how you view marriage, how you view dating. Because if you continue to view dating in a negative light, you're not going to get anything but negative results. So you can't expect to have great results from something that you view in a negative way. So again, stop playing mental defense in order to experience peaceful offense. And the one way that we do that is by you letting fear arouse in our dating life. We talked about this last week: fear, lack, and scarcity. Fear, fear that the relationship is going to turn out like all the other relationships that you've had in the past. Excuse me. And lack, one of the coping strategies that we use, or coping statements, that I'm single by choice committee. Yeah, we talked about that. And because you really can't get the man that you want to want you back. And scarcity. And I found out that scarcity, a lot of our women only focus on the 10% of men. The 10% that make 100,000, and then you talk about the men that make more than 100,000, you start going down in percentage to 5 and 2, and then a fraction of percent when you're talking about $300,000 and $400,000 a year earners. So, yeah, we can't let fear play a major factor in how we view men, relationships, dating, and marriage. We can't do that. We have to look at these things in a positive light in order to get different results. So yeah, fear, scarcity, and lack. That's the main thing, because I talked to you guys last week. I think it was last week, and you guys revealed that fear was one of your biggest obstacles. Like fear is like the biggest one for our ladies, our Black ladies especially. So yeah, fear, scarcity, and lack. Get off the defensive end, get on offense. Next would be objectifying yourself. And we talked about that last week as well. Ladies, I'm gonna say this, don't get mad at me, but I just gotta tell you, I'm the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just giving it to you. Men cannot objectify you until you objectify yourself. Again, hey, what's going on, Jay? What's going on, Tanya? Thank y'all for tagging people as y'all come in. I like that. Y'all proactive. I like that. That's what's up. Listen, ladies, men cannot and will not objectify you until you objectify yourself. Let me give you an example. Say, for instance, I'm walking down the street, or better yet, say, for instance, I'm walking in a store, Walgreens or Walmart, and I'm fully clothed, and I'm dressed in all scrubs, blue scrubs, and I have the tool that they use to check blood pressure and your heartbeat. What is it called? Stethoscope. I have that around my neck. People are going to automatically assume that I'm some sort of nurse, doctor, surgeon, something in the medical field. They're going to automatically assume that, simply because of what I have on. And you guys let me know if this is coming off of my personal page too. Hopefully we're live on the personal page. Yeah, I think I'm just a little bit early while people are just coming in. Yeah, so yeah, people are going to assume if I have on scrubs, I have the stethoscope around my neck. People are going to automatically assume that I work in the medical field. They're going to objectify me by what I have on. Okay, if I was in a bike club and I had my vest on, saying whatever club that I'm riding in, and I had my leather pants on and my bandana on and stuff like that, people are going to assume that I'm a biker. They're going to assume I'm in some type of bike club with motorcycles or something of that sort. So that's how we objectify people, by what we can see on the exterior shell. So the way that you play defense on your own self, ladies, is by objectifying yourself with what you wear. What you wear, how you post on Facebook, what you say, how you say it objectifies you. I know you want to say, well, you shouldn't judge a book by its cover and whoop, but hey, it sounds good, but it doesn't happen that way. So what we have to get in the notion of doing is we have to paint ourselves in a positive light to other people. So what you wear plays an important part on how people view you. So why are we posting things that put us in a negative light to the men that we see, that we admire and respect? Because those men of value, they're not going to take you seriously for marriage. Keep in mind, men will tell you what you want to hear in order to get sex because you control the access to sex. So, and men are hardwired to want sex, so that's why they do that. So they'll look. I said it on a couple of podcast shows previously. You may turn my head, but you won't turn my heart. I'm going to look, and I'm going to be like, man, that looks nice. You know, I'm going to stare. I'm going to look, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to take you serious for marriage because you've shown the world what you should be hiding. This is what I figured out. Your body parts. It's a reason why. I don't know if this is the race or the ethnic group. So don't quote me on this. The Iranian people, I think that they are ones that make their women have to dress in, like, they have to cover up their heads, their whole body, and you can barely see their shapes. They don't play like that. You know what I'm saying? Because they know that that's sacred for their husbands. Only their husbands need to see how their body is shaped and curved, and what's up under there. So I think we got to get back to the old school way of things and having something, basically having something for your husbands to have as a surprise once you get them. I was talking to someone earlier, and I told people, I said, man, I don't think women really understand how the ball is really in their court. And if you use it, if you use the system accordingly, if you use what God has given you accordingly, you'll be able to call shots without calling shots. Of course, men are leaders. Men are the head. Men are the head in the hierarchy and divine order. But you've been given something that you have power over men with. And that's what's between your legs. And men want it. And if all women as a collective came together and said, we're going to get back to a standard that we're not going to be having sex on, after the first couple of weeks, or we're not going to be having sex on one night stands. We're going to make men have to really show us that they really want us for real, dating with intention, making sure that the man's intentions are the same as yours. We got to get back to it. So objectifying yourself, ladies, you're judged by what you have on. Thanks, Tanya. She put down there. True, you're judged by what you have on. Exactly what I just said. So yeah, you're judged by what you have on, and no matter how you don't like it, it's just the way it is. I don't make the rules; I just report them. So yeah, when you really think about it, think about the diamonds. When people are looking for diamonds and jewels and the natural resources of the earth, those diamonds are not sitting on the surface of the earth. You have to dig hard for those. Gold, you have to dig hard to find gold. You have to dig hard to find rubies, jewels, pearls. You have to go to the bottom of the ocean to get those. So it's like, if we're saying, ladies, that we're these, tens and eights and nines, and you're valuing yourself really high, why are you showing your diamonds, your jewels, your pearls, your rubies? Why are you having those on display? Because what's precious is hard to find, and it shouldn't be on display for any and everybody to see. So that's what I mean. We have to stop playing defense and objectifying ourselves when we're out here basically putting on things that show too much. I'm gonna go and tell you, man, some of these people don't want to hear it, and you still gotta love me after this. But man, I seen a whole lot of prom dresses, man, that was just like, for real, like too revealing. And say what you want, man. That stuff follows. It carries. We have to be careful what we're implanting into our children and what we're allowing our children to do at this early age. Even though the social media and TV and Facebook tells them otherwise, you are the parent. Make sure that you have control over what your children do, where, say, and how they act, because it's going to follow them. I know you don't want to hear it, but it is what it is. So yeah, you don't want to objectify yourself. Men can't objectify you unless you objectify yourself. So stop playing defense by objectifying yourself and wearing the provocative clothes. And hey, if you got on something with your butt hanging out the bottom of the shorts, I'm going to look at you as the 304. There's nothing that you can say. You could be a doctor and got a PhD, but if I'm able to see your body parts and too much showing through the see-through and stuff hanging out all at the bottom, hey man, look, men see that, they look at it, they're gonna want it, they're gonna hit the skins, but they're gonna hit the highway afterwards. So yeah, we got to stop objectifying ourselves with how we present ourselves on this blue app, social media, and anywhere out in public. Next, you have to create, and the way that you play offense is that you have to create the need and the space for a man to be a man. I'm gonna say it again. You have to create the space and the need for a man to be a man. And that comes from a lot of our ladies handling that fear that I mentioned earlier. You have to get over that fear, because your independence should not get in the way of a man being a man. Be an independent woman until that man comes along, but you have to know how to shut that off. Your femininity should show over everything. So you have to create a need in the space for a man to be a man, because I'm gonna tell you this: when men see that they're not needed, we shy away, whether it's directly shy away and be like, hey, I'm gone, or slowly, whether we keep getting the sex and keep calling you every now and then, we're going to shy away. So make sure that you create the space and the need for a man to be a man in your life. Otherwise, he's just going to move on. He's just going to shy away. So yeah, let me make sure that we're going live from the other page as well, because I don't think that we are getting everyone. I don't think everyone is in here. Yeah, we're not going live from the Stuck in Reality page right now. So here's what I'll do. I'm gonna jump off and jump back on and make sure that we're going live from Stuck in Reality, and also the my personal page as well. So you guys stay right there. I'll be right back. We're gonna jump off and jump right back on. Well, better yet, I tell you what, we'll just keep going, and then I'll make sure I post this on the Stuck in Reality podcast page. But yeah, so make sure that we're creating the need for the man to be a man in our life. Like ladies, you can't keep up with the masculinity when your man comes around. It's time for you to be soft. It's time for you to be sensitive, emotional. Yeah, we want all of that. We want to see all of that from our woman. We want to feel needed. Even if it's something as as small as you telling us to come kill a bug or something like that. Your man is happy to come to your rescue. So you have to create that space and that need for your man to be a man. Men do not want, they won't, and they don't fight for a position in your life. They won't fight for their position. If you're too masculine, they're just gonna move on. So we have to make sure that we're prepared for the man that we said that we want. Like ladies, you have to be prepared to have for that man when he comes along. You have to be prepared because you're not going to be able to get training on the job. He's going to want you to be intact, ready to be a wife when you encounter him. Cece said, "What's up? Women never have a problem creating that space when we can say homes say when we can say that we're in a safe place." Absolutely. And what I mean by that is, um, when you talk about the generalization of women, you may do that, but the generalization of women are encountering men, and then once they encounter the man that they respect and admire, they don't know how to turn it off. They don't know how to turn the masculinity off. They don't know how to. A man will ask them, say for instance, like our independent ladies right now, a lot of them have a problem with asking a man for anything, simply because they have money and they have, cars and stuff like that. So a man asks them, "Hey, baby, you need anything?" "Nah, I don't need anything. I don't need nothing from you." You know what I'm saying? I got it. And it's like you're not creating that space and that need, even if you have money. If the man offers to pay, if the man offers to be a man, if the man offers to buy you something, let that man be a man. But you continuing to shut him down simply because you have it, then if it does, say for instance, he does stick around, he's not gonna continue to offer like that because he's gonna automatically say, "Oh, you've been saying that you had it for so long." You said it. She said they're not being honest about how secure they feel then. Just like faking an orgasm. They're faking it if they're still not backing down. Yeah, I mean, you have to take all of that in consideration. Like, because men want they don't want you to be untruthful about stuff like that. Like it's like treason in them. They can't, then they don't trust you. So you have to create that space and make that need for him to be around. If you want things to go smooth, that's the only way that's going to happen. You have to create that need. So again, it's like you have to overcome the fear. You have to not objectify yourself by what you wear, what you post on Facebook, and how you present yourself in public. Because a lot of that, I've seen countless times on this Blue app where ladies get on here and say, "I can't find a good man. A good man is, I got a good heart," and all of that. But then I go down your timeline and I can see all of your chest. I can see your nipples out. I can see, stuff hanging out of your. I can see your ass hanging at the bottom of your shorts, and it's like men are gonna come and they're gonna have sex with you, and you. I think most of our ladies confuse dealing with men, being able to have sex with men, with men taking you serious for marriage and commitment, because he'll stick around to have sex. When you start talking about marriage and proposing and stuff like that, oh no. Mm-mm. And half of the men are not just going to be direct and say, "Nah, you ain't marriage material," because they don't want to hurt your feelings at like that. So they're just gonna say, "Oh, we'll think about it. We'll talk about it." So hey, he said, plus, what do we do when men don't give that representation? Are we expected to look past y'all's cover? What do you mean by men don't give that representation? And here's what I mean by that is me. I'm gonna give you an example. I was talking to a chick and she started, it was like in the morning and we was communicating and she said, you don't tell me, what I'm saying, how to say, I was saying like, "Hey, good morning," woo woo woo. And I think somebody else had posted this, and they was like, that in their defense, they said they posted good morning, and something like "Good morning, beautiful," "Don't work too hard," or something like that. It was something in that nature, but it was nothing offensive. And the lady takes back, "Don't tell me what to do, but good morning though." It's like, what is that? It's like, where is all of that masculine energy coming from? And my thing is, to answer your question, CC, um, when I got that text back, I immediately blocked her. I didn't have nothing to say. I didn't go back and forth. I didn't say why you got all that energy and all of that. I don't play those type of games. So I just immediately moved on. So to answer your question, what do you do when a man don't give their representation? Why are we focusing on those men anyway? Because I don't focus on those women that don't bring what I require to the table. If you're not a traditional woman, I don't fool with it. So I move on. And as a woman, as ladies, as our black ladies have to understand, you don't stick around and see if that man is going to show you different when he's showing you what you don't want to see in the first place. You have to move, because your time is more precious than a man's time, because you don't have the time clock that a man has. So if a man says that he's something he's not, or he's ready for something that he's not just for the sex, we've entered a relationship under false pretenses. Now we feel like we've been lied to and don't trust them. Okay, so I'm gonna post this. If a man says that he's something that he's not, or he's ready for something that he's not just for the sex, we've encountered a relationship under false pretenses. Now we feel like we've been lied to and don't trust them. So in situations like these, we both, women and men, have to encounter people that are liars. That's just life. There's nothing you can do about it. Only thing you can do is make sure that you pay attention. Make sure that you state what your intentions are when you're dating from the jump. A lot of times that we go into situations assuming that another person wants what we want. And it doesn't mean that y'all ain't just, fooling around just for the time being and, trying to get somewhere. It's just the fact of you just did not state what your overall goal was from the jump. Don't move a second further from that phone conversation without vetting each other properly. Make sure that his intentions are the same as yours. Are you dating me with the intention of marriage? What type of plan or vision do you have for yourself? What type of plan and vision do you have if we continue further with the family and marriage and all of that? You have to ask qualifying questions. That's something that AT&T taught me when I was working for them in training, asking qualifying questions. They had building with rapport, stuff like that. You have to use those same type of skills that you learned in school and communications and all of that in your relationships, because they apply. So I don't fool with, I don't worry about, I don't talk about the women that don't have it together. I move on. I don't even ask you why you got all that masculine energy and stuff like that. I just move on. Period. So yeah, I'm gonna go live from my other page because I don't want them to miss out on what's going on here. So, but good questions though, CC. Good questions. What do you other guys think about that, ladies and gents? About the topic. Hopefully you're enjoying it today. Oh, so we are live from both pages. Oh, cool. So yeah, again, we have to stop playing mental defense in order to experience peaceful offense. Again, we stated why you're experiencing those. One of those big factors was fear that the relationship is going to end up like the rest, and also, we talked about it last week. Fear, lack, and scarcity. Focusing on the 10 percenters of men that make that type of money, will keep you in a slim dating pool. Ladies, there are average men out here, average earners that can provide you a lifestyle of options. I say it all the time when I'm talking to people. Average earners provide a lifestyle of options. High value men or top earners, 100,000 and above, and 200,000, 300,000, they provide a lifestyle of freedom. So understand that there are levels to those, both of those. Average earners, if you're looking for someone that's going to be more rooted in monogamy, then you're going to probably needing to look in your average earning pool, because guys that make the type of money of over $100,000 a year, $300,000 a year, they have options and they can provide freedom to a woman. So yeah, think about it. There are a lot of average earners that can provide you a lifestyle of options. So why are we looking over our average men? Simply because you're focusing on the 10 percenters and the 5 percenters of earners. Oh, that's ludicrous. It's asinine to me. So yeah, y'all tag somebody in the live. Throw some hearts up if you're enjoying the content. Today we're talking about stop playing mental defense in order to experience peaceful offense. And you can only win the game if you play both. You have to play D, but you have to get on offense in order to score. And our ladies are just playing defense right now. And we've got to get out of that mindset. Start looking at men in a more positive light. Stop hanging with people that say marriage is not for everybody, and everybody I know and that's married cheat, and that's everybody that you know. That's anecdotal experience. That's personal. So you have to evaluate the people that you hang around as well, ladies. Some of these single friends that y'all hanging around, they are horrible for your mental. Horrible. They ain't gonna get no man. They can't keep a man. Every time a man try to approach you when y'all out, they got something to say. They don't like him. He ain't nothing. He ain't worth it. Girl, come on. We ain't got time for this. Look, you better reevaluate who you keep around you in your circle, because I figured out something. I had to get a little older to figure it out, but I figured out something. Here's a good one. I'm gonna give you this for free. Betrayal can never come from someone who is not close to you. Let me say it again. Betrayal can never come from someone that is not close to you. Betrayal can only come from friends and family. You have people around you that mean you no good, are waiting to stab you in the back, and that will keep you single for the rest of your life as long as you keep them in your circle. Reevaluate, regroup, readjust, get back out here on the market. Because right now, it's still time for a lot of you ladies. But as time goes on, it's going to make it harder and harder for you to find that guy, especially the one that you admire and respect. And that, and let's just be honest, in order for him to choose you, you're going to have to make him choose you over all the other women, because it's a competition. So yeah, stop playing mental defense in order to experience peaceful offense. We're not going to stay on here too long. Again, we talked about the fear, scarcity, and lack. And we also talked about objectifying yourself. Make sure that we're presenting ourselves in a good way when we go out into the public, what we wear, what we say. And I'm going to tell you something else too, ladies. Men don't want loud women. I do not want no loud woman. Men don't want loud women. We look for, your silence is loud. The person that's the most quietest in the room, the silent person, classy, got her legs crossed, she's looking good, she's that's attractive. That's attractive. The woman that's on Facebook cussing, talking about you B's and you H's and putting your middle finger up and twerking on the videos and all of that stuff, man, hey, it's cool for right now. But you talking about somebody trying to marry you? Nah. And we ain't talking about the ladies that, you know what I'm saying, that get on there and may just, you know what I'm saying, turn around for a little bit and do a little shake or something like that. We're talking about just flat foot out, showing your natural behind on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, twerking, loud, cussing out, throwing middle fingers up. Hey, man, you got to remain classy. Men are looking. They're taking notes and they're skipping right past you. So yeah, you can't. We can't objectify you unless you objectify yourself. So watch what you do, watch what you say, watch what you put on, watch what you reveal to the public with your clothing. Also, we talked about create the need and the space for a man to be a man. Ladies, you have to get rid of that masculinity. Independence will oftentimes bring a source of masculinity that just automatically comes with independence. So you have to make sure that you channel that down when you encounter a man of value that wants to be a man in your life. You have to create that need and space because he's not going to battle you for a position to be a man. He's just going to move on. So yeah, that's it for tonight, guys. That's all I have. I want to open the questionnaire up for any questions that y'all may have about relationship, dating, your current situation. You don't have to say it's about you, but you can put it out on here, type it in the comments. Other than that, man, y'all make sure y'all like, heart, share this live with someone that you know. Tag somebody. For those of you that are on live right now, tag somebody and make sure that you are tuning in with us each and every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the Stuck in Reality podcast with yours truly, Nick Marquis. I'm doing this, y'all, because I want to help our Black ladies succeed in this game of the sexual marketplace. I want you to win. I love our Black women. It was a question that was posed on Facebook to Black men. They said, Black men, why do you date Black women only? Why do you date Black women only? And I'll tell you, which is one of the reasons why I'm doing this podcast, is that I think that the Black woman is the most beautiful, is the most prettiest of them all, the most beautiful. I can't talk tonight. It's one of God's greatest creations to me. It is one of God's greatest creations to me because when you think about the Black woman, she has the ability to adjust in so many ways. And thinking about the anatomy of her, thinking about how when you have babies with the Black woman, that child is going to take on the Black race no matter what other race the male comes from. Got to think about that. The Black woman is the only woman that has that capability. Then, if you think about it, everything that they try to imitate for an enhancement for women, it comes from the imitation of a Black woman. Black women has always been known for having hips. They got the BBLs now, so like getting a lot of booty, the lips, the jawbone structure, the hair. The list goes on. All comes from the Black woman. Then for me, culturally, we connect. Our cultures match. So, man, I'll never date outside my race. Nothing against any other race out there. I'm not a racist by any means. But yeah, so that's it for tonight, guys. Make sure you're tuning in with us each and every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. right here on the SIR podcast with yours truly, Nick Marquis. We're going to get up out of here. But make sure, ladies, stop playing mental defense in order to experience peaceful offense. Until we meet again next time, stay stuck in reality. Peace out.